going on, guys? It's your girl Lala coming at you. Welcome back to another episode of the challenge War of the Worlds 2, episode 5. We get right back into it. So the US is divided. We have Nani, Tori, Jordan, Bananas, and Leroy on one side, and then we have Ninja, Cam, Cara, Ashley, and Polly on the other side. Josh and Zach are the two guys, the two floaters that could go in either direction. They're just picking each other off. They're making it so easy for CT to get to that final. As much shit as people have been talking about him, his weight, his cigarette habit, they're just making it too easy for him to continue, honestly. Josh is really in the middle between these two teams. He is Polly's friend in real life, and he really wants to like Bananas, or he does like Bananas, whatever the case is, and so he's just getting in the middle. At the end of the conversation, Josh and Polly make a deal that if they make Polly speaker, that he promises to not put anyone from the US team in the proving ground. That's going to be the big thing. So Polly and his word. Let's see if Polly actually keeps his word, because Polly is not known for much. CT is creating the perfect team right now. He's going to start picking off the weak and leaving it so that his monster team comes to light. I see what he's doing. The UK team, just because they're losing, honestly, they're winning because they keep taking out the US team. Wes, Laurel, who's next? So we get to the challenge, and this is a crazy challenge. Everyone has a hook. One person from each team will stand on this ginormous platform above the water on like this mountain thing. They are going to run off the platform, hook their hook onto this circle thing that's going to then propel them into the zip line, and they're going to go down into the water. Now, if they hold on to the hook, they're going to get further into the water than they would if they didn't make it. Either way, they're still safe, and they just kind of jump off and they zip line. Once they reach the water, they have to take off the carabiner like that. They have to take it off and then swim to a buoy. They have to swim around the buoy and then come back and swim back to a platform. You have to be the fastest, obviously. They're going to tally up every single person's time, and there's going to be 2 times, one for the US and one for the UK. Whichever team is the fastest wins, and the other team has to put someone into the proving ground. The winning team obviously gets to pick the tribunal, and we'll see who's going to be the speaker and who's going to dominate this episode. Now, this episode was really nice, and this challenge in and of itself was awesome. I loved watching it. A lot of people were hanging upside down, and I really liked that part. We definitely noticed Zach being very vocal about everyone's swimming abilities, and while I would love to call him an asshole and to say that, he makes women feel bad and he puts women down, he was actually pretty fast. So I honestly think that what he's saying is true. I think, could he have said it better? Absolutely. But he was saying, like, my 3-year-old that's just learning how to swim can swim better than that. Ninja and Turbo. Ninja, I'm gonna say, hold on. Ninja was at 8 minutes and 6 seconds. She says that she was looking at a cloud and she was like going backwards, but in reality, she was just swimming in a circle. Not everyone can swim. This is Ninja's 2nd season, number 1. She's never said that she was a great swimmer, so you can't say anything about her. And I just don't appreciate it. Like, I don't know, like, why can't you be supportive? Like, why is your instinct to put someone down? That's my thing. If you're a team, then you should be like encouraging and not being an asshole. You know what I mean? So Ninja kind of bombs it, and then Turbo, they're talking shit, but he finished at like 5 minutes and some change, so they were really only a minute, almost 2 minutes ahead of him. So it's not like a big deal. And Turbo says that he's actually never swam this far before. He's always done shorter meters. This was his first time, and he was willing to give it all he has, number 1. Number 2, if you remember from last season, he said that he never shows what he can fully do at the beginning. So he always kind of stands back and just watches everyone else. So I could also argue that Turbo didn't do it 100%. Maybe he did only 90% or only 80% or only 70% because he wants to see what other people have. The 2 fastest people were Jenny and Jordan. Jenny is a freaking beast. Like, holy cow. Girl, my offer is still on the table. Please train me. Like, hello. Like, what? Crazy. I really didn't like Cam talking shit about Esther because Cam didn't do so hot either. I mean, Esther was like 8 minutes, close to 9 minutes, but it's not like you did any better, you know what I mean? So, like, I was just annoyed with her talking shit. At the end of it, one team wins, and it was only a difference of 1 minute and 18 seconds. So Ninja's terrible run and Esther's terrible run kind of crossed each other out. And obviously US wins, and this is annoying because now we have to freaking watch them again do this and put someone up from the UK. But I just don't understand why they let Leroy pass. That's what really bothered me. Honestly, this is his 11th season. He still doesn't know how to swim. Like, what are you... I don't understand. I don't understand why anyone... Like, don't get me wrong. I love Leroy, but why are y'all giving him a pass, bro? Like, why are y'all giving him a pass? That's what I don't understand. So it ends up being that Polly is the speaker, and Polly being the speaker, he picks Jordan and Cara, obviously, because that's his girlfriend, and Jordan was the fastest guy, so he thought, you know, to be fair, that he should be in the tribunal. I respect it. Now, we get to the nominations, and honestly, Theo starts with a 7-minute monologue of why, you know, if he wants to run a final, he wants to run it with the best person. Why are you already thinking about a final? This is episode 5. Like, you have a long way to go, bud. You're gonna get sent home, trust me. And number 2, why do you keep bringing up Idris and Rogan? Like, Rogan, I think by episode 5, has proven himself to be a really good competitor. Number 1. Number 2, he was one of the fastest guys on the UK team to finish the challenge. You did not do better than him. So I just don't understand why you're even talking. I get it, you're deflecting and you don't want anyone to look at you, but CT is honestly staring at you and going like, bro, shut up. Like, you're making it worse for yourself. You're like just digging your own grave. So Rogan and Theo obviously get into it, and it ends up being that they pick Theo. During the entire episode, Cara has been like staring at the camera and like, you know, doing things. So obviously she's not talking during this meeting with Theo, but she has an idea in her head. She's gonna put bananas in. She all of a sudden has something to say about bananas. All of a sudden is upset with bananas. And I don't understand where it's coming from. Like, I really don't. We get back to the house, and then Theo wants to pick a fight with CT. First of all, Theo says that he would rather get up against CT because he doesn't think he could ever get to a final, and he doesn't deserve it. And he wants to go up against Rogan because Rogan did so terrible last season. Like, why are you still holding on to that? He beat you this episode. What the hell? Like, what is up your ass, Theo? You got 2nd place. Great job. But, like, damn, bro, like, chill out. Not even the reigning champ is like that. Ever. Like, come on, bro. Like, watch who has won more than you and follow suit. You know what I mean? You don't want to mess with CT. And you're so lucky that CT is not the CT from 10 years ago, because he would have whooped your ass by now and would have been sent home, because you're not going to talk to him all crazy. Bananas tells us that if he goes in and he wins, he's going on the UK side. I always saw him as a turncoat. This is what I mean about Cara staring at the camera. She starts talking to Josh about how Johnny has completely ruined her and her relationship, and how, you know, like, he's done so many hurtful things to her. Like, yes, at the beginning, they really were at odds, and this was years ago, like, absolutely years ago. And then they finally came together, they finally became friends, and she got with Polly. And all Johnny said was, listen, he is with you for likes and followers. I don't think he's genuine. I don't think he really cares about you. Just watch out. She then flips it and says that he has ruined her life. He has bullied her. Like, oh, poor woe is me. She walks away so dramatically. At that very moment, she kind of like turns around and looks at the camera and like smiles. She's pulling a total Sylvia when she did that whole stint of who she was putting in, or who was getting put in for real, Cam, remember? So, we get to the elimination floor. Theo obviously goes down. Jordan picks Rogan. Cara picks bananas. And Polly, surprise, no surprise, picks bananas. He's not a man of his word. He is a snake, and honestly, if he wasn't gonna pull the trigger, Bananas was gonna pull the trigger at one point. Your girlfriend really has a strong impact on you because you are allowing her to make decisions for you when you know that that's not the best thing for the team. TJ says that, like, are you guys sure? Like, he's arguably the best player the challenge has ever had, and you want to put him in now? And, you know, Kara's like, I've won more eliminations and challenges than him, blah, blah, blah. It's like, boo, nobody was talking about you. We're talking about Bananas, okay? So this elimination was crazy. Honestly, they were stuck in this cage with a bag of balls that had Roman numerals on them, and they had to roll themselves over to a landmine and match the ball with the Roman numeral that was on the landmine and put the ball there. They had to get all the way to 7 and then roll all the way down and hit the last 8th landmine that would blow this red smoke, and their time would stop and they would win the elimination. Now, this was honestly nail biting. Theo is 6, almost 7 feet, and Bananas is maybe 6 feet, maybe like 5'5". I don't know how tall he is. So the height difference really does take a toll when you're inside a small, tiny cage, but Bananas was kicking ass, and Theo was right behind him. Bananas was finding some sort of rhythm to roll twice, while Theo was only rolling one at a time. And then this happens, and I was so annoyed because I was rooting for Bananas. He mixes up 6 and 7, and TJ figures it out, and he has to roll back to 6, put 6 on there, and then roll back to 7, put it on there, and then roll all the way back to over to 8. Theo wins, and I'm just so annoyed that they would let Bananas go home this early, number one, and that they would let Bananas go up against Theo, because not only has Theo been like talking shit and he thinks he's the best and whatever, now he can say that he beat Bananas in an elimination. And honestly, it's so goddamn annoying. I don't even like this kid anymore. Like, I was definitely rooting for him last season, but he just keeps he just can't shut up. Like, he honestly can't shut up. But the one thing I will say about Bananas is that when he loses with dignity, and he always gives the other person like a good job, a handshake, a pat, whatever it is. He definitely showed respect to Theo, like, dude, you killed it. You know what I mean? I fucked up. It was my time to go, but you killed it. He ends up giving Theo his shirt and says, you know, I will be the honorary turncoat. I'm on Team UK. Like, you have my shirt. And he just like walks away. So he's coming back. He's always going to come back. Like he said on the episode, he is the challenge. And if anyone wants to argue about that, I mean, just look at the facts. He's everywhere. He is the challenge face. Yes, Kara has one more, but Kara's negative attitude really puts a toll on people. And Bananas is honestly a snake. And, you know, like, if you're not really his friend, he doesn't have your back. But if you are his friend, he's really loyal. Kara, you're just not his friend because you don't want to be his friend, not because he doesn't want to be your friend, because you want to fight about something. What really is pissing me off is that she's really holding on to this Johnny thing, and I want to see how long she holds on to it, because the last 2 seasons Kyle was her target, but now that's kind of died out because Kyle really does not give a fuck about her. So she needs to talk about someone else, and that someone else just happens to be Bananas. So I wonder what she's gonna do after the fact that Bananas is gone. You know, Leroy and Nany are really they really have their backs against the walls because their team is getting lower and lower, and they're just next. You know what I mean? It's a girls' elimination next week. We do get a sneak peek, and it is trivia. I fucking love trivia. If this shit is trivia about the challenge, I am so excited. I'm editing this video and uploading immediately because trivia is my shit. Last season, they gypped us on trivia. We didn't even get anything. We had a little bit of trivia in the final, but that shit was weak. We have a full episode of the trivia. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are. Are you sad that Bananas is gone? Who do you think's going up next? And what do you think is happening? Like, the US is crumbling. UK is slowly and secretly rising to the top. And I know they're probably going to get this win. CT knows a lot of information because I don't think anyone else besides Kara would really know a lot of information, especially if we're talking about old challenge history. I don't know if anyone else besides CT or Cara would know anything. So I'm on the fence of who's going to win, but I'm rooting for Team UK. I need CT to get this win. I need him to be safe. And I also want him and his girls to be safe. And I want to put someone up on the US. Like, let's go. Let's see a fight. I want to see it. All right, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Okay, bye. Hey, hey.